Hey guys, hey, welcome to another dog vlog, yeah! And in today's video, Finn and I are going to give you the #1 thing to do with your new dog, right, meow. You just got a new dog or a new puppy and you're like, oh my gosh, what did I get myself into? There are so many things that I need to know and do. I feel so overwhelmed. Okay, I'm going to help you with the #1 thing, in my opinion, that I think you should do right now, if you haven't already, and that is, what do you think, Finn? We did it with you. What do you think it is? Huh? That is to find a reliable and positive reinforcement focused dog trainer that you can start working with now. I don't care if your dog is a 10-week-old puppy or a 10-year-old rescue that you got from a shelter. Please make sure you guys adopt rescue dogs. But I don't care what age or how well behaved you think the dog is. Get with a trainer. And the reason why is when you get your own personal dog, it is hard to be unbiased and to really see the full picture. Your vision can become muddy because it's your little baby, and how could they do any wrong, right? Right. So with every time I brought a new dog home, I always make sure that I work with a trusted, positive reinforcement trainer. And I have a couple tips for you guys on trainers and training groups that I like to look out for when I'm looking for a trainer. Oh, you want to fit? Okay. Okay. Hello. You can sit on the bench. Here, sit down. Sit down. Good boy. Okay, so a couple tips when looking for a dog trainer is obviously make sure that you're not working with a dog trainer who uses negative reinforcement, AKA pain to teach your dog. Finn, can I be in the video? Thank you. Meaning a choke collar or shock collar or physical pain. I do not condone that. I do not support that. So you always want to look for, do you want to get down? Positive reinforcement trainers, meaning somebody who helps. Can you sit down? Thank you. Reward your dog using positive praise, treats, toys, and constructive feedback for your dog versus using pain. Also, finding respected pet people in your community, such as a veterinarian or friends of yours who are very dog experienced, and finding recommendations of people that have worked for them. You know, dog training, in my opinion, I've never had human babies, but dog training, do you want down? You know, dog training is a very personal matter. Some people feel very strongly with the type of training that you do, using a lot of treats, not using a lot of treats, very structured, very loose, very rigid, or very easy, laid back. I mean, there's so many different ways that you can approach dog training. And quite honestly, I've used several different ones and they've all worked. I mean, so it all comes down to what you as a pet owner want and what you are going to be able to stick to. So leash walking is a really good example of this. Some people believe that when you walk your dog on a leash, they need to be on your left side, 1/4 of an inch behind you, always looking straight forward, never an inch too far forward, never an inch too far backward. Other people are like, heck, as long as my dog's not yanking, I don't care if they're a couple inches ahead, to the side, behind, as long as they're not yanking, I'm fine. Neither one of those is wrong. It just depends on what you as a pet parent want or don't want. So you need to think about those things before you look for a dog trainer and try to think about, do I want a really rigid, really structured training program, or do I want my pet to just be a well-mannered dog that doesn't jump on the table and doesn't, bark in their crate? Another thing to consider, and I've actually dealt with this personally, is you may start a class with somebody. Maybe it's a 6-week program on puppy manners. And you may be a few classes in, and there might be a few things that they do or ask of you that you're not comfortable with. You need to remember that you are your dog's advocate, and if something doesn't feel right, you probably shouldn't do it. And I've actually dealt with this personally. I remember when Bentley, my chocolate lab, was about, I think, 3 months old. We had him in a puppy's manners class, and they were recommending this certain type of more gentle prong collar, but it was essentially a prong collar. And I was a very new dog parent. I didn't know about positive reinforcement, negative. I just didn't know anything. And this person that I looked up to, this trainer, they were like, hey, but this person and trainer was recommending that we use a prong collar, and they brought a prong collar to me, put it over my wrist and pulled on it and said, look, it doesn't hurt you, so it's not gonna hurt your dog, it's just a way to correct them. And I'll be honest, at the time, again, this was like 8.5 years ago, I was like, okay, I guess, like maybe this is what we're supposed to do. Like, is this what's right? But something didn't feel right. Something was unsettling about the situation. And I actually ended up leaving the class and never going back because it just didn't feel right. I went home, did a little research, and realized, holy moly, I don't want to train my dog using fear or pain. So anyways, I give that example to say that you may be going through a class and you may feel uncomfortable by some things, and it's okay. And it is actually it's more than okay. It's your responsibility to say no and to not move forward with an activity if you think it's not right for your dog. You need to feel comfortable to do that. You need to feel comfortable to leave, and you need to feel comfortable to lose out on some money if you decide not to return. It's not worth putting your dog in a situation where they could get emotionally or physically harmed because you don't want to hurt someone's feelings. The net of it is, I do think that there's value to spending some time finding a good trainer and working with them early on. If nothing else, they're a good support system for you if you're going through something with your puppy or your dog, your new dog, and you need some advice. You have that kind of support system there and that network built out. It's also a great way to meet other people who also have new dogs and kind of creating your community like that. Now it is time for Bark Remark. So this is my version of comment of the day. While I look that up here, I do want to let you guys know that I did open a P.O. box so you guys could mail the dogs a letter that I can then read to you. Here, I'll have that linked down below. So definitely, if you feel like it, a lot of you guys have been asking, I'd love to share the love with the dogs. But this next comment goes to Laura P. She commented on a video where I talked about giving up my foster dog Theodore. That video is linked up here. And she said, saying goodbye is the hardest part. I feel your pain. Right now I have a foster puppy who stole my heart, and I'm already sad for the day I have to say goodbye. I already have 2 dogs of my own, so if I want to keep fostering, I can't keep him. I know there is an awesome family, forever family for him, heart emoji. Thank you so much, Laura. The reason I wanted to share her comment is that video that I did was really, really emotional and very difficult, and is a very trying time. And it really felt nice to have people. I had such a good response in that video in general, but comments like yours, Laura, really meant a lot because it really reminded me that I'm not alone in this mission to save all the damn dogs. So yeah, just thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of this story, this journey. Thank you for your love. And guys, again, if you are new here, click that subscribe button. It really helps bring awareness to our mission. And I hope that you have a beautiful day. Goodbye.